I remember I was 8 or 9 one time, and I was doing, I don't know what 8 or 9 year olds do. They paint eggs or something, but I was like painting eggs in my room, and I heard my parents fighting. And parents fight, parents, they argue, right? They argue regularly. It's the secret to a successful marriage, as they say. Um, I I shared a wall with my parents, which didn't necessarily, everybody shared a wall in their life. If anybody's ever lived in a house, they've shared a wall, right? And they know what it's like to hear somebody through a wall and not hear words, but just vocal fluctuations, right? You just hear murmurs and different like ups and downs of vocal tones. I know, Matt, I love painting eggs as well. But so I'm hearing like yelling through my wall, right? And I'm hearing my parents fight because it's what they do. Um, and I'm pissed, dude. I'm an only child. People are yelling in the wall next to me. I'm pissed. Um, so I decide to end violence. I've never been one for violence, and this was the moment that I decided I was going to put my foot down and end it right there. So I bust out a notepad. I'm literally drafting, dude. I'm drafting my. I'm writing down song lyrics. I'm writing down what I feel and what I'm thinking. I'm 9 years old. Have you? The best thing I had to do in my day was literally like play with jacks or whatever the hell 9 year olds do, and not Jack D'Angelo. I'm like writing down shit. I'm writing down mad song lyrics. I'm being a poet, right? I'm lighting candles. I'm drinking wine. I'm 9 years old. I'm writing down, my notepad looks like the notepad from the 17 album cover from XXXTentacion, where it's like, I want to die, 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 pain, pain, pain. I'm a depressed little kid just trying to figure out what my parents are fighting about, right?
Right.
And I finally draft this poem. I'm discovering that I'm going to end violence with a poem. Um, so I sit down, I look at the poem, the fighting's ensuing through my wall, and I'm running it through my head. Dude, I'm running it so many times, I cannot screw this poem up. My parents' marriage literally depends on whether or not I can say this poem correctly and end their conflict, right? And the poem went as followed. I remember it very vaguely, but it went something like this. If two hearts can't beat as one, why marry and have no fun? That's it. That's literally all I had written in like 20 minutes of my parents fighting and me crying, writing down lyrics like Taylor Swift. That's all I had drafted. And I thought I was literally going to save my parents' marriage. I prepare it, right? I'm sitting in my room, I'm pacing, I'm hyping myself up, I'm running it through my head. If two hearts can't beat as one, why marry and have no fun? And now that I'm saying it, I realize the context of that poem literally ensues them breaking up. It is literally suggesting them to break up. If two hearts can't beat as one, which means it's literally telling them to break up, why marry and have no fun? I am asking them, why did they get married? What the hell was the point to marriage if you two can't beat as one? So now that I'm saying it as a 19-year-old, I realize that 10 years ago, I bust in with a poem that suggested them to break up and get a divorce. I didn't know that at the time. So, right, I'm pacing. I'm in my room. The lights are dim. My wine is gone. I'm thinking like, okay, all right. Two hearts can't beat as one. Why marry? Have no fun. I got it, dude. It's not leaving my mind. It's not slipping. This is the time for me to save my parents' marriage. I walk up to their door. I'm standing there, right? The only thing separating from me from my parents fighting is a door. I'm hearing them yelling. I can make out words that they're saying. Things are like, fuck you. Why did we get married? This is a serious fight. And I'm literally about to bust in with a single line poem, less than a haiku, and try and stop this conflict. So I'm standing there, right? And one last time, I run it through my head. If two hearts can't beat as one, why marry and have no fun? And I take a breath and I stand up tall, all like 4'9", and I bust through the door, and my parents stop fighting and they look at me and I look at them and they look back at their fat little Latino son and I look right back at them and I exclaim the words, if you can't beat us one, why are you married? And they stop their fighting. And in that instance, they look me dead in the eye, having attempted to revise their marriage through a poem. And I look at them, and they look at me, and they take a second because they both realize what they were doing. I had gone through the effort to revive their marriage and draft a poem and create art as a child. And they looked me dead in the eyes and they looked at each other and they realized what they were doing. And they looked back to me as if to say, Rocco, fuck you. And they pushed me out and they closed the door and they literally kept fighting. But for that second, I thought I had did it. I thought I had resolved conflict. And I like, what if? Like every time I'd seen, I had never broken up a fight in my life. And I think this instance scarred me from ever doing so because I had walked in their room, shit the bed, gotten pushed out, and my dreams were shattered. What if that was the secret to me literally resolving conflict? Like, what if the government had been like, yo, this fat Mexican kid can solve problems, no problemo. And they shit my ass to the Middle East. And I'm like, why have nuclear warfare if you can't have build up air? And they're like, damn, this kid, he's got it. And I like resolved conflict in the Middle East.